Hello everyone, welcome to the Monday before Thanksgiving break. Woo woo! Just wanted to talk to you today about our nonfiction unit of study, and we are doing I'm in the second bend of our nonfiction study, and it is session 12 called Rereading a Page to Find the Just Right Sound. So basically we've been working with all kinds of nonfiction books, finding keywords, learning interesting facts, and now we're learning how to reread that and gather more information and then finding the right voice to be able to use to emphasize those important words. So hope you enjoy the lesson. Have fun.
Now what we're going to do is, yesterday we kind of talked about, the last couple days, about pulling out our keywords and getting our important information. And now we want to think about how we're going to share that important information with others, or how when we reread something, how we want to read it in a way that makes your the person that you're reading to excited about what you're reading. Okay? Raise your hand if you have ever watched the show Zoboomafoo. Anybody ever seen that? Or talked about, heard about the Kratz brothers, Wild Kratz? You heard that? Okay, all right. Well, these are two guys that love to teach children about the world, okay? And they talk about lots and lots of nonfiction topics. And so today, we're going to watch a little video, just a little bit, about them sharing some information about an elephant, okay? And what I want you to really pay really close attention to, okay, is the way that they share their information, okay? They have so much to tell you, but I want you to really listen to the words that they emphasize. Remember, it means that they're going to say it stronger. I want you to think about the expression that they're using in their voice, and I want you to think about how they make it interesting for you, the people that are watching this, okay? Do you think they're pretty interesting? Yeah, so let's think about some of the ways that they are. So, let's see. Now that you just watched a little bit of that video, have a seat, sir, and let's talk about kind of what you heard, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to turn and talk and whisper to your partner and tell them something that you noticed, how the Kratz brothers were talking and how they were giving out that information. Now, remember, it's not important what they said, what the information was. I want you to really think about how they said the information, okay? What did they do to report that information or to teach you about it, all right? Turn and talk and tell your friends. Okay, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. All right, so who wants to share? Give me 3 people that want to have some ideas about what you noticed those brothers were doing to give you the information. What were they doing? Caden Rinker, I think I heard an awesome idea from you. Tell me what it was.
They raised their voice.
They raised their voice. Why would they do that?
Because they want us to hear it.
They do want us to hear it, so they wanted to make sure that we heard particular words. Can you think of a word that you heard them where they raised their voice?
Elephants can talk with their nose.
So what word did he raise?
No.
Because I bet it was a key word, maybe, huh? They can talk with their nose. And so he said that a little louder. I love reporter voices when we were introducing books to each other and we didn't want to tell each other about our book in a boring voice. We wanted to get excited and show our excitement within our voices. All right, well, that's what all those Kratz brothers were doing. And they show us great information. We love them. We love their videos. Well, we want to make sure that we are doing that when we're reading. Here's how we do that. When we read, we want to make sure, sometimes we practice scooping up our words, and we practice and we make it, and we reread to scoop it up and make it sound more fluent, make it sound better. But sometimes we also have to reread. Hey, guys, can you leave your shoes alone for right now? Thank you. Sometimes we have to reread so that we can figure out which voice to use. All right? So we might read it and be like, oh, wait, that didn't sound right. I need to read that again and make it sound a little bit more interesting. Can anybody think of some key words that we've already learned from this Thanksgiving book that you've read? What are some key words that we knew were really important? What do we think about? Kaylin, what was the word? Pilgrims. We know that is definitely an important word that we're going to find. One more key word. Let's see. Wyatt Turner, can you think of one? America. Why was that an important key word?
That's where they sail.
That's where they sail too. Have we heard the word America a lot in our readings? Absolutely. So we know that's a very important word. Now, when we are reading and we hear those key words, Those are the words that we need to emphasize. If they would have said on our video, the elephant uses his nose to smell. What do you say? No, I'm sorry, to talk. The elephant uses his nose to talk. What was the key word in that sentence? The elephant uses its nose to talk. What was a key word? Maisie, what was a key word there?
Nose.
Nose. What else, Julia?
Elephant.
Elephant. Can you think of something else? Yeah?
Talk.
Yeah. So if he would have said them all in the same voice, the elephant uses his nose to talk. It's not very good. So he probably read that first and then went, wait a minute, I can't say it like that. I got to read it with some emphasis. So I have to say, the elephant uses his nose to talk. And we give those words, those keywords, the emphasis.
let's try it.
Okay, here we are. The next page in our story that we haven't gotten to yet is called Tools for a New Life. Now remember, when we get to a new page, put it in your on your wrist and make it look. Thank you. And it's new information, we definitely need to go back and reread it the second time to find out what those key words were and what kind of voice would sound best. So here, if I get to read it the first time, I'm just going to use kind of one level voice and we'll see what we can come up with. All right, Anna, can you read it from back there?
The Pilgrims stored everything for the new life in a small trunk.
High five in the air. Woo! Nice work back there. Good for you. She did it. She emphasized those really important words. She didn't say the Pilgrims stored everything for their new life in a small trunk. She said it like this. The Pilgrims, that's who it was, stored everything for their new life in a small trunk. It's important. A small trunk. Everything you have to take is in there. Those are some important words with others. Now, here's what your job is going to be. Okay, put your eyes this way. Let's listen. When you go back and you are reading today and you're looking at your Thanksgiving nonfiction books, I want you to and your partner to really, really think about when you've come to a new page, I want you to read through it, but I want you to stop and I want you to read through it again. Number one, to smooth out your voice. Okay, scoop up your words better, smooth out your voice. And number two, I want you to find the most important words and I want you to emphasize it, make it stronger with your voice. I want you to sound like you're on Zaboomafoo. And there's video cameras and they are taping you and they're going to present all this Thanksgiving information to kids just like you around the world. Think you can share that information with them? Now, if you don't reread it, you're not going to be able to find those important parts. So reread it again, find those important parts, and make sure your voice shows that. Can you practice that today for me?
Yes.
Awesome.
So there's the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to work quite a bit to cut this down. We learned that definitely our lessons need to be about 10 minutes, and to be completely honest, my lesson was more like 24 minutes. So I definitely have some work to do on getting that to be brought down to a smaller 10-minute mini lesson instead of the big, long maxi lesson. So, but after I cut it out, but at the very end, once they went out and read, then they came back and then they shared. And so what they had learned with their books that they read, they came back and a few of them stood in front of everybody and modeled what they had read in their nonfiction books. So that was kind of fun to hear them really be dramatic and share their information with the just right voice. So thanks so much.